Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm at the Citroën La Maison in Pune, and I'm very excited to look at the Aircross X in flesh. This is an interesting update from Citroën, and there are a couple of reasons I say that. First, there's a long list of upgrades in this one compared to the erstwhile top end max variant, dual tone, automatic 7-seater. This is exactly the same variant, and I'll list out all the changes, updates that have taken place on the screen. You can pause the video right here and look at all the changes that has taken place. Now, the reason this is so important is just before GST, the same exact variant without all these updates was retailing for 14 lakhs 60,000. And post GST, there was a reduction and the price came down to 13 lakh 90,000. And now, with all these upgrades, the price has come down further to 13 lakh 69,000. So technically, there's a price reduction and a whole list of features that have been added. So Citroen really went bonkers with this one. We're going to do a full walk around and look at all of these updates and more details, some very important details. So please hang around till the end and watch the full video. Also, I've test driven this turbo petrol automatic variant already. I'll leave a link to the video in the description. You could also find it somewhere on the top there. Please do check out that video as well. I've shared my very honest opinions and thoughts. Right up front, you get LED projector headlamps, LED DRLs on top, and this is how it looks when lit. You get the 360-degree camera fitment in the front. Nice sculpted lines and creases on the bonnet, which Aircross has always had. Beautiful bulging wheel arches, giving it that butch presence. I just love the design on these diamond cut alloy wheels. 17 inches, tire section 215 by 60 R17. These are arguably the most beautiful looking alloy wheels on the market right now, maybe barring the N line from Hyundai. You get turn indicators on the ORVMs. The flap handles still exist. There's a keyhole there, but this does get keyless entry and push button start stop. Overall, this is from the side profile, it gives you that SUV stance more than an MPV, considering this is a 7-seater now. You get the roof rails on top. Let's look at the back. New Aircross X badging, rear view camera, which will also double up as the 360-degree camera. You get rear wiper and washer, rear defogger, high mount stop lamp, rear spoiler, shark fin antenna, and then on the left you have the fuel lid. They should have had the deep forest green color in display like they've used in the promotional videos, but this looks good as well. I really like how the overall silhouette is. It's really macho. Let's look at the interiors. So, like I mentioned earlier, you get the two-tone treatment, front and back. Nice, beautiful brown shade on the doors and the seats. So this is the update. You get piano black inserts on the controls, and then everything that you see there is soft touch. Electrically adjustable and foldable ORVMs, and there you have your 360-degree camera fitment as well. I like this new design now. It's soft touch on the matte black padding and then the piano inserts. The brown part everywhere that you see is all soft touch as well. The door opener is also in chrome now. Large pockets in the door to hold your water bottles. And when you step inside, the first thing you'll notice is the dash design. It's completely changed. This is how it looked like earlier with hard plastics everywhere, and now it's soft touch with this brown leather treatment. You get a little crevice here to hold your smartphones. There's a nice golden accent that runs across the dashboard. Glove box is decent size, big enough, deep footwell area. You get a new touchscreen infotainment system and a new digital instrument cluster. This is how it looked like previously. Let's step outside and go to the driver's side. Decent bit of fanfare in the showroom, considering this is the first day that the Aircross X has been put on display here. Now, for the most important and my favorite update in the Aircross X, the ventilated seats. My God, I this is an underrated thing, and it should be available on all cars. This is much more important than the sunroof. Period. You get three-step settings there. Driver seat height adjustment, large door pockets, piano black inserts on the driver side as well with controls, chrome door handles. And when you step inside on the driver's side, and the first thing you'll notice is the engine start stop button. That's the new bit added here. You get the redesigned aircon vents, looks nice and sharp there. The steering wheel is leather wrapped now and looks really nice. You get the cruise control options on the left side and the audio and MID controls on the right side. You also get an updated center console here with different aircon vents, hazard lights, automatic AC, as well as wireless charger. This here is the iSense 6-speed automatic gearbox. A little storage space there to keep your keys. And this is how the keys look like. You have the Citroën logo and just the lock and the unlock buttons. The center armrest does not open and has no storage underneath, but it does have the sliding option. Beautiful brown leather seats perforated here for the ventilated function. Looks really nice and beautiful and has that premium touch. You also get auto dimming IRVM, so that's a very nice touch. You get 4 speakers, one each on each door, and then 2 tweeters on the A pillars. Seat belts are not height adjustable, so that's definitely a miss. And here's a look at the rear bench. Overall, I think this cabin looks a lot more upmarket and premium compared to what it used to look like earlier. Uh, definite improvements in this cabin here. And this is how the screens look like when turned on. The information bits are pretty much the same. You get the TPMS and all the other information that you usually get in the MID. The touchscreen here is updated both in terms of the physical dimensions as well as the software that has gone behind it. You get wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and all the other bells and whistles associated with these infotainment systems. Notice that golden accent continuing on the center console as well here. Nice touch. Let's step outside and look at the second row. I have a lot to cover here in this second row. A lot of talking points on the space and is it comfortable and not. So let's get inside right away and see what we have. So first up, no dual tone here on the door trim at least. You just get the piano black inserts for the window controls and soft padding on the armrest. The space on the rear bench is sufficient. You get adjustable headrest except for the center passenger, which gets the integrated nap rest. Um, I'm 5'11", 100 kilos, and as you can see, there's enough leg room for me to wiggle around, and it generally is a comfortable space to be in. You get the bottom stacked rear AC vents with blower controls. You also get AC vents on the roof. So all in all, it's not a bad place to be at all, especially when it comes to the lateral space available here. My concern is something else. My concern is actually for the center passenger because when I sit like this, my knees will buckle against the front seats and it's not very comfortable. And anybody who sits in the center will not be comfortable, largely because of this hump here. Let me switch on the lights and show you. So there's a massive hump here, which I don't recall it being like this in the test drive vehicle that I had last year. So yeah, except for the center armrest, you don't really miss out on much compared to the 5-seater variants that were available earlier in the Max version. It's a good place to be. Not very roomy, but not uncomfortable either, except for the center passenger that I just spoke about. And anybody who has doubts, second thoughts on space in the second row in the 7-seater variant, it should be put to rest. It's comfortable. It's a fairly pleasant and a comfortable space to be around in. So much talk about the second row. Let's go and check out the boot and the third row of seats and see where that space and how that space has been managed by Citroën. So this is what the boot looks like. Let me pull the seats back. So yeah, with all 3 rows up, this is the boot space you get. It's laughable. It's on paper 33 liters, but the way it is placed, a couple of duffel bags is all I can think of, putting here. But the good part is that these seats are completely removable within 60 seconds, what Citroën claims. But bottom line is you can just remove these seats, repurpose them, leave it at home, and continue to use this like a 5-seater. One more thing that I personally could not verify while filming this video, but I confirmed with the essay and it's also mentioned in the brochure that the second row seats have the recline option. 3-step recline, you cannot slide them, but there is a recline option. This is how you enter the third row. You flip the seats forward, there's a 60-40 split there obviously, and you settle into the third row. A little effort, but yeah, this is how third rows are these days. I've sat in the third rows of Triber, Ertiga, Clavis, Hector Plus, and all of them have more or less similar space in the third row, except for maybe Innova and Marazzo and Hexa to an extent, where third rows are a lot more comfortable than this. See, you have to ask yourself: are you going to use seven seats 100% of the time? If not, this is fairly decent for occasional use. Kids could find themselves very comfortable here, and it's just an option that you have, when going out with your family. You get a luggage hook with 3 kg capacity, seat belts, cup holders on both sides, and two Type C charging ports at the rear. So this used to be USB A port, one of them, and now there are two charging ports here. So that's a good thing. And look what I pulled out from the third row. There are three adults sitting there right now. Comfortable है तीन लोग?
इसमें क्या है
नहीं
बैठ
ना?
सकते हैं तीन लोग उसमें तीन लोग
बच्चे
हैं, दो
बैठ
लोग-
सकते हैं।
हाँ बच्चे बैठ सकते हैं
Adults
बड़ों के लिए
difficult होगा
थोड़ा सा
थोड़ा।
नीस जो है ना
हाँ, ऊपर रहते हैं एकदम।
नीस ऊपर आ जाता है
So there you have it. That's how the Aircross X looks and feels like. I think Citroën has missed a trick again by removing the five-seater options in the top end, the turbo, and the automatic variant, and it's just limited the potential that this could have had. Now this is only tempting to somebody who's looking for a seven-seater, and second row is comfortable, mind you. Five-seaters can still go for it, just barring that center hump. Everything else is perfect here. All you miss out on is just about 50 mm of legroom, center armrest, and a rear parcel shelf. But what you get in return are the roof mounted AC vents and those two extra seats for the occasional use. Considering Citroën's track record, I would not be surprised if the five-seaters make a return with all the variants and all the options in the next couple of months. There's a few other very important details that I wanted to highlight. The 360-degree camera is a dealer-level fitment and it's available for 25,000 rupees. It's a mandatory fitment, so they won't let you take the car out without spending that money, so you might as well add that to your ex-showroom price. Second, the cruise control option is only available in the automatic variant. It's not available in the top end manual version. And third, this is very important and I have to bring this to your attention. Can you see that? There's rusting on the discs here. And this is a product that has been launched 2 weeks ago. How long has this car been sitting to catch that kind of rust? And I've noticed this disc rust on several other videos as well. Something that Citroën needs to be careful about, and if you're buying this, you need to do a thorough PDI before taking delivery. I really like Citroën as a brand and the products that they have. They almost feel like that friend who's a little silly, who's done a few goof ups, who gets bullied a lot, but it has its heart in the right place. And you want to rally around for a friend like that, and you want that friend to succeed. And that's exactly what I feel about Citroën as a brand. I want it to succeed in India. I want it to do well. I want it to ship at least 1,000 cars every month. And with all the changes that they've made recently and the 5-star BNCAP rating for the Aircross, I think it's now or never for them, and I really hope they do well. That's it from this one. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Aircross X.